Okay, man, we back. Alright. Okay, I'm finna speak on dimensions right quick. Alright, this is how I'm gonna break it down. Let me grab my sage right quick. Hold on, let me grab my clear out the energy a little bit in here, you feel me? Cause you know they be trying to come for me, bro. On mamas, they be trying to come for a player, you know what I'm saying? I'm player one in my own life, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, when it comes to dimensions, bro, you have the 3D, which is what you in right now. When you looking at me, you in the 3D right now, right? 3D, which is whatever you can touch and everything, right? Material. Then you have your dream state. That's a dimension as well. When you go to sleep, whatever you see in the dream, that is a dimension. That's why whenever people, like, if you know, you know. That's why, like, people try to attack people in their dreams and stuff, try to distort their dream state, you know what I'm saying? But when you keep yourself protected with either frequencies, with prayer, with, you can listen to prayers while you sleep, you know what I'm saying? You can listen to prayer music while you sleep, keep you balanced, you know what I'm saying? Keep evil spirits away while you sleeping, you know what I'm saying? So nobody can infiltrate your dream state. You got the 3D, which is where we at right now, and then you got your dream state. That's a dimension. Past, present, future. You know what I'm saying? Those are all dimensions. And why, you know how when you daydream and you think about something in your head, like a vision or something like that, that is a specific dimension. That's why whenever you think of things, you can pull something from your vision out into reality, you know what I'm saying? That's why they say be careful what you watch, be careful what you listen to, you know what I'm saying? But if you're usually aware of it, you can control it. It's like when it comes to dimensions, and then when you watch a movie, that is a certain dimension, you know what I'm saying? When you watch a movie, that is a different dimension. That is a dimension. That is a vision from somebody else that created that can either relate to your own life in some type of form or fashion. So that is like a dimension as well, you know what I'm saying? But everything is relatable in a simultaneous way, you know what I'm saying? A video game, that is a dimension. Any type of creation came from the mind first before it was put into the 3D. That's why when people of my spiritual ways of thinking, being I call myself like a cosmo kid, somebody that can that is otherworldly. I would say otherworldly. I don't like putting labels on things, you know what I'm saying, but somebody that's like otherworldly, you feel me? When it comes to what I know and what I've been through, and just my understanding of sound frequencies and vision and everything like that, it's like I understand how dimensions work. I just understand how timelines work. These certain things is a dimension. Just like when you look into a mirror, that is a dimension on the other side of that mirror. That is a dimension. You feel me? When you look into somebody's like eyes, you know how you say when you look into somebody's soul, like you have a inner world and an outer world. That's why they say you can pull these things from out of you into the word. Just like how I'm speaking right now, words are like the people be wondering where the words coming from. It's not just coming from your brain, it's coming from God as well, depending on what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But like most things, that's why people don't get like how it works. If you have positive intent to what you're saying, spiritual birth, if you have positive intent to what you're saying, that's God. But if you got a lot of negative and bad intent to what you're saying, you know where that's coming from. That's negativity. That's like the devil trying to infiltrate you, trying to make you act out of character and stuff like that. But if you know about alchemization, that can't really happen to you, you know what I'm saying? Nobody can infiltrate your vessel in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to this. We finna talk about something right quick. When it comes to Mortal Kombat, I used to be a real big gamer, you know what I'm saying? I want to get back into playing video games, but I'm in the game of life right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really on that. So what we gonna go to? We gonna go to the character. I don't know why, but it was like a message, a download that came to me was like, you remember Mortal Kombat? Go to the character Goro. Now it's wild because I looked it up and it was like Goro is a fictional character from a Mortal Kombat video game series. He is a Shokan, I'm gonna say Shokan, a race of four-armed, half-human, half-dragon creatures, and has been a recurring antagonist and sub-boss throughout the franchise. He is known for his size, strength, and formidable fighting style. Goro is the Prince of Shokan, a race known for their strength and size. And then iconic sub-boss. He debuted as a sub-boss in the original Mortal Kombat game and has appeared in numerous sequels, often as a primary sub-boss. Goro is a physical distinct due to his forearms, making him a powerful and intimidating opponent. He is generally portrayed as an antagonist, fighting for the outworld against Earth Realm's warriors. Goro has been reoccurring characters in the series, appearing in various media outside of the games. You feel me? Goro is portrayed as the former champion of the Mortal Kombat tournament, holding the title for 500 years. In Japanese, Goro can have a few different meanings depending on the context. Fifth, when used as a name, Goro means fifth son. It is a traditional Japanese name with a strong historical significance, often referred to the fifth born child in the family. Approximation. In Japanese grammar, Goro can also be used to express an approximate time or point in time. For example, would be around 3 o'clock. Sound of rolling. The word Goro can also be an onomatopoeia, specifically used to describe the sound of something rolling or tumbling. Catchphrase in the game The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna say Yonobi or Yonobo. A Goron character uses Goro as a catchphrase at the end of his sentence, similar to the Gorons in other Zelda games use it. Goro can refer to the number 5 as specific time frame, as sound, or a catchphrase used by the characters in the Zelda franchise. As I said, these people that make these video games, right? It was already a thought in their brain, and you bring it to the 3D. It was already a dimension of thinking. That person, either when it comes to video games, you either dreamed about it, had a vision about it, or you ran into something you saw, which was in another dimension. It's like, dude, our phones hold so much different dimensions of thinking, of like visions, like different. It's like everybody has their own universe. Like everybody has their own way to think about something and bring it into reality. But it's authenticity has been a problem because of the fact that some people kind of lack creativity because of the consumption of adult things weighing people down. You know what I'm saying? Like adult things like being all extra mature. When actually, you know who's like the most creative people? Children. Those are like the most creative, pure souls that can just create from the brain. They can think about stuff, act out things, you know what I'm saying? They have pure vessels. Like whenever you tap into that side of you, you're able to just create. It doesn't really matter because, you know, most kids that whatever they create, right? It's like they don't really need no validation for the stuff that they create because they're just having fun, you know what I'm saying? So it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me because I just understand that because I have tapped into that creative side of me and I learned how to love my inner child properly and just work through my inner child healing and able to just heal through this spiritual journey because you not only whenever you go through these things as an artist, you have to heal your inner child as well as, you know, healing your adult self. It's a lot to it, bro. Everything is a dimension. Everything is in it, like energy. There's energies that create these certain videos, I would say. Videos. Anything that you can think here can be in your reality. You know what I mean? That's why it's just whenever you consume too much negativity, or if you're not aware of consuming a lot of negative things, that's why it consumes you, and you might start acting like somebody completely different depending on your awareness of what you consume. So what race was Goro? The character in Shokan, a half-human, half-dragon race distinguished by their forearms and enormous size. Goro begins the series as a champion of the infamous Mortal Kombat tournament. The title has been held for 500 years. Okay. In the Mortal Kombat universe, which is a dimension, Goro is a powerful and formidable warrior, particularly in the early games, known for his strength and difficulty to defeat. He described as a brute strength fighter with surprising agility, capable of winning multiple Mortal Kombat tournaments and even defeating the great Kung Lao. In the early games, his moves caused significantly more damage than other characters, making him a challenging opponent. Now, it mentioned about Zelda in this, you know what I'm saying? Zelda with his sword, you know what I'm saying? Check this out. The Legend of Zelda is a long-running video game series primarily developed and published by Nintendo, with some titles outsourced to other developers. This series features a main character named Link. There's a whole bunch of links in my videos. There's a link to everything in my video. Okay? It is always a link to something else that leads to something else that leads to something else that leads to something else. You feel me? Named Link, who along with Prince Zelda must protect Hyrule and defeat the evil Ganon. There are numerous games in the series spanning various platforms and genres. The Legend of Zelda, Zelda the Adventure of Link, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, The Legend of Zelda or Ocarina of Time. You know what I'm saying? If I butcher these names, my fault. The Legend of Zelda's Majora's Mask, The Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, A Link Between Worlds, The Minish Cap, The Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Link's Awakening, Triforce Heroes, Age of Calamity, Echoes of Wisdom. You feel me? Echoes of Wisdom. What does an echo do? Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I'm saying? And then if I had to speak on this in real life, the full documentary, Inner Worlds, Outer Worlds, Worlds, Dimensions, Parallel Universes. It's all there, bro. When you wake up, you'll start realizing these things. It might it might just mess with your mind a little bit. These certain things are worlds that people pull from their brain, from the spirit, from God, and put it out there from a certain dimension. You feel me? It's real. It's not. This ain't no fake. That's real. People be wondering, bro, how did he create that? Like, how did he, you know what I'm saying? In certain things, you know, like that's how it works. Whenever people paint, you think they just painting? Or you think they just drawing? No, that thought came from somewhere, from a different dimension. But guess what? It's all God. When it comes to good intentions and when you're not hurting nobody with what you're doing. Especially if you're just telling the truth as well. When you telling the truth, you ain't hurting nobody, you telling the truth. But people get mad because you know the truth, you know? That's how it be. That's why I had to show y'all this too as well. I played one of my favorite video games that I used to play when I was young. It was called Infamous. Now, the word infamous has a bad rep to the word infamous, bro. But if you actually play the games, and if you ever, I think, play Infamous 2, it's either Infamous 2 or it's either the third one or the second one. You either could have been on the bad side. They have an option. They had an option. You can either play as the good guy or the bad guy. You feel me? When it came to Infamous 2. You know what I'm saying? When I first played it, I played as the good guy, which is the light. And then, like, I played as the dark version of the same guy. You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing, but just the darker. He was red and all that stuff like that. So Tell me why. That's what I mean by like, I understand dark and I understand light. I understand both. I always understood both. So it never really tripped me out or nothing like that to go through what I went through. But you know, when it comes to a spiritual journey, when it comes to healing, some things are going to be uncomfortable and it's not going to be like too fun, or it's not going to be always, you know, sunshine, flowers, rainbows, and you know, stuff like that. It ain't always gonna be like that, because you like have to confront your demons in certain ways and understand and understand who you are. And really, you got some things that's gonna come back up that you forgot about, or it's just gonna be certain things. See, in my situation, there's a lot I'm already knowing. I already connected the dots and everything. I just be waiting for people to tell the truth about what they have done and everything about my life. You know what I'm saying? About like, because I already knew like half this was a lie. You know what I'm saying? It was a lie. They knew something way before I knew it, and then when I figured it out, I was like, oh, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yes, Infamous Second Son is an open world game. It is set in a city, Seattle, where players can explore freely, complete side activities, and progress through the story. The game's open world structure allows for freedom of movement and exploration, with a linear plot and a focus on completing activities in different districts to diminish a governing organization's influence. That's why I said I am a good influence, not a bad influence. I don't care what anybody's narrative they try to paint me out to be. It's not gonna work. I got good intentions behind what I do, because I know there's more people that will lie and hide and mask things rather than telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? As I said, I'm not from here. I was just raised here, so I understand a lot of things. It's still April, so you know what I'm saying? We finna play this. I had throw this clip on one of my videos a couple months back, but just go ahead and watch this again.
Our little friend. Look, Emily. Isn't it romantic?
Now, with that being said, bro, I think we good, bro. I think y'all got like more of the understanding about how dimensions work. And then the thing is, these dimensions can relate to other people's lives and the dimensions that they're in, or the dimension that they're in. You know what I'm saying? Or it like, that's why some things that people do, or like these ads and stuff that be popping up on like your YouTube or whatever like that, I already know they're currently trying to trigger me through ads, bro. I already know they got my stuff like hacked or something, because every little move I make, it's almost like they know what I'm doing when it comes to my phone, when it comes to my Roku, when it comes to all that. It's like somebody's invading my privacy, literally. I'm already knowing this. Somebody's invading my privacy, literally. And somebody's trying to slow down my YouTube too. They trying to slow down my views and everything. Been playing with my YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, they probably been reporting me on the low. But see, that ain't gonna work, bro, because they already know I'm telling the truth about everything I know. I'm already knowing. I can feel the energy. I already know what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop me from talking instead of me from actually putting the truth out, you know, about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? As I said, all I ever wanted to do is just be an artist and stuff like that. But I didn't realize, dang, a lot of stuff in the background was happening to me that was hindering me from being who I wanted to be in the first place, and people try to control my life. I guess you could say abused to the point to where it pushed me into my divinity. Like, it pushed me into my divinity. It just like I had to do that. Like, that was something I had to do because I was being psychologically manipulated for a long time. For a long period of time. Basically, being gaslit. And being gaslit over and over and over and over and over and over again, and spell work being thrown on you, magic and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I showed y'all this video right here with the Bugs Bunny basically doing return to senders. That's like in my symbolism, in the symbolism of like what he was doing, reminds me of like return to senders. When people try to like infiltrate your energy with negativity and stuff like that, it almost feels like a return to sender. Like soon as they try to get, put him in fear, that fear got alchemized and he just pushed it back out towards that, but basically changed it back around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, nope, no, no, you know what I'm saying? Abracadabra, you feel me? It's sort of like that. If you know, you know. Oh, that was fun. This was actually a fun, and then another thing too, when it comes to what I do, I try to keep it entertaining and educational at the same time, just so I can try to break it down in a way where people of like younger ages that watch me, at least 18 and up, will like understand what I'm talking about, Like, it makes sense. It makes sense to who it makes sense to. I think we out on, I gotta read this right quick. When it comes to the outer world's full documentary, there is one vibrational field that connects all things. It has been called Akasha. You remember what I said about Akasha records? And then I'm gonna let you know something. People try to peep into your Akasha records, your library, you feel me? Your Akasha records and stuff like that, especially if you hold a lot of wisdom and knowledge. People try to take a look into that, try to break into that, which I think that's illegal to do to an earth angel, which should be illegal. That should be illegal, to be honest, to break into somebody's thing just to try to steal their wisdom or steal their aura or steal their essence. That's just, it's messed up, bro. You feel me? How they treat people that are of the world but not in it, I guess you could say, like that. Like they can see things around the bull, you feel me, around the bull, that's just like not really like that important, you feel me, because when you of love and light, it's a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? But we also know how to tap into for the ones that know what I'm talking about, we know how to tap into our shadow side too whenever we need to, just to really nip that in the bud right quick, because it can get like that. But at the same time, it's like we trying to be on a positive scale. We ain't trying to do none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? People like to try to mess with your happiness, but there's a lot of happiness haters out there that don't even want to see you happy. Even if you cool with what you have and then you really happy with what you have, there's people out there that are just not cool with the most simple things in life. They just want more and more and more and more and more and more and more because they seen somebody else got a lot. You feel me? But it's not about what you have, it's about what you do with the money, you feel me? It's not about how much money you have, it's about what you do with that money. You feel me? To change the world, I guess you could say. And not like try to, cause to me personally, love is more important than money. And a lot of people in my life put money over love. That's the reason why I never felt like real love, and I had to love myself, because I realized there's a lot of people that put money ahead of like love, in a sense. So that's the reason why I had to like go within and just like love myself in certain ways, so I could just move forward in my life, which I know people have to focus on money and certain circumstances, but it isn't everything. That's what I know for sure, because I like nature. I like exploring. I like different things. I'm cool with just having like certain things in my life that are, you know, cool. Like, I'm all about fashion and stuff like that too. I like dressing up, but it's not that, like, name brands ain't that important to me. You feel me? It's just a lot of things that ain't that important to me, because I have a lot of love for like the simple things in life. So the primordial, the music of the spheres, the Higgs field, dark energy, and 1,000 other names throughout history. The vibratory field is at the root of all true spiritual experience and scientific investigation. It is the same field of energy that saints, Buddhas, yogas, mystics, priests, shamans, and seers have observed by looking within themselves. Many of history's monumental thinkers such as Pythagoras, Kepler, Leonardo da Vinci, Tesla, and Einstein have come to the threshold of this great mystery. It is the common link between all religions, all sciences, and the link between our inner worlds and our outer worlds. Now, really pay attention to what I've been saying this whole video. Like, pay attention to what I've been saying this whole video. Like, really pay attention. It all linked together. This is all happening divinely orchestrated, bruh. This ain't nothing new. You feel me? Like, this literally I've been literally doing this the whole time. Oh yeah, another thing too. Just to throw this out there. You see that car? Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something about this car. That car that y'all just saw. That was a Nova. Back in the day, I used to have somebody named Lance. He used to be my babysitter, right? When I was like a kid, he was a babysitter. That same car was the same car he drove when I was younger. He used to take me on night rides and stuff like that. He used to, I don't know, he just took me on night rides. You feel me? I don't know where we was going. I just remember getting in the car and what the car looked like. It was a Nova, right? That car right there was the same car. And you remember my Ghost in the Shell bar that I said on What We Do freestyle? I said something, I'm a ghost in the shell. He used to date a woman named Shell. You see how the dimensions work and stuff like that, and see and how I can just pull that from out of nowhere? Well, it's not really out of nowhere, it's from God. Like, he's literally doing this with divine alignment. So, with that being said, bro, you know, that Palo Santo sage keeping evil spirits away. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all, man. See y'all in the next one, bro. We am.